الله أكبر الله أكبر
Reem Hassane's husband recently divorced her because she only delivered a daughter instead of a son. But that wasn't the only issue between her and her husband. In this patriarchal society, Palestinian women like Hassaneh are under pressure not to talk about peace with others, particularly Israelis. Most of them are afraid of being labeled as a normalizer.
بس تعرفي بالعبادية في جمعيات نسائية لا الناس ما بتقبل. There are no women organizations that talk to the Israelis. It's looked down upon. It's normalization.
To Palestinians, a normalizer implicates a betrayer of their people holding public dialogues with Israel. Because Palestinian officials has banned all normal relationships with Israel in a show of solidarity against the occupation and the lack of progress towards a two-state solution. If Hassaneh is seen communicating with the Israelis, her family and friends will stop talking to her. Hassaneh, however, encourages her people to talk about the issues within Palestine with Israelis.
وانه كمان احنا مش ذنبنا احنا جينا على هاي الدنيا زينا زيهم وكان هيك الوضع ومش ذنب.
On the other side of the wall, a group of Israeli women assembles in Haifa to discuss the issues of security, peace, and the possibility of the dialogue with Palestinians. These women are members of Women Wage Peace, a non-profit women's activist group found just after the war of 2014. Their goal is to bring together women to discuss a mutual political agreement between Israel and the Palestinians. Amid so much despair over their children's death and endless violence, women forged the group hoping they might succeed when men haven't.
Because our children are going to the army and going to fight. And as a mother and as a woman in this country, I can't stand by and let this situation continue, not for hurting my children and not for hurting any other child. And for me, soldiers are children. We need to break this cycle of violence, and it could be women who could do it.
The lecturer, Naila Awad, says despite the group has not achieved any significant changes in politics, but they're on the way promoting equal rights for women towards gaining more women's representations at the table for a potential political agreement.
يعني זו דרך ארוכה, עוד לא השגנו, הלוואי שאנחנו משיגות, אבל לדעתי לפתוח את השיח המשותף של נשים ערביות ויהודיות פלסטיניות.
Josie Glacius, a freelance journalist and writer, mentions in her article, the number of women in Israeli leadership roles has increased 20%, but there is still a lack of women's representation at the decision-making table. Glacius also says today's Israeli female parliament members mostly deal with social issues, such as family, children, and women's rights. If they don't do it, no one else will.
We believe that with women at the table, there'll be more attention to the different needs of the people of the conflict, and so the more that the needs of the different people are attended to and met, the more likely the agreement will be sustainable and successful.